Alpha Day, I'm Nestor LeConte with the Pacific Daily News. Here are our top stories from the PDN Newsroom. Government accountability and education were top concerns this year for husband and wife Ray and Chelsea St. Nicholas of Jonia when they cast their vote on Monday. The wife said she wants to see what potential new senators will do about issues facing the Guam Memorial Hospital and the long-delayed construction of Simon Sanchez High School. Our senators do a really great job in regards to finding all the issues, but not coming up with the solutions, Chelsea St. Nicholas 30 said. Though the couple didn't have kids of their own, they said they did have a lot of godchildren whose schooling they had a stake in. They're among the thousands who took advantage of early voting, which started on July 15. Early voting for the 2024 primary election wrapped up Monday night, with a little over 3,000 early ballots expected to be tallied up once the counting is done. That's according to Acting Guam Election Commission Executive Director Tom San Agustin. In other news, Guam recorded its 7th traffic fatality of the year, according to a news release from the Guam Police Department spokeswoman Officer Berlin Savella. On July 20, shortly after 11 p.m., police responded to a serious two-vehicle crash on Route 16 in Harmon by Today's Realty. Both drivers were taken to the Guam Regional Medical City with serious injuries. On Monday, investigators learned that one of the drivers died, according to Savella. No other information about the vehicles, the crash, or the drivers was provided Monday, but Savella noted that the investigation continues and further information will be forthcoming. Previously, police were investigating 2 other traffic fatalities reported that day. And finally, senators are set to meet in emergency session today on Senator Dwayne St. Nicholas's bill that would allow up to 19 Guam Department of Education schools to open for the new school year on August 7th without being inspected yet for health and safety standards, as well as Senator Joe San Agustin's bill seeking to fund charter schools. The Department of Public Health and Social Services Environmental Health Division, which is responsible for school inspections, on Monday said its inspectors will begin the inspections of still uninspected public schools, regardless of whether that school is deemed ready by GDOE. Speaker Therese Terlahi called an emergency session for Bill 31737 at St. Nicholas's request. St. Nicholas on Friday warned that, quote, the upcoming school year will be pushed back and there will be double sessions for close to half of the student population. Tuesday's emergency session will also include discussion on St. Augustine's Bill 32437, seeking to appropriate $500,000 to the Guam Academy Charter School Council for the operation of 2 new charter schools, the Business and Technology Charter School and the Magatlahan Curao Chamorro Charter School, and for administrative costs. A 29-year-old woman has been convicted of negligent homicide as a third-degree felony in the 2023 death of her 1-year-old son. Giltinan Aldan Ramangmo was also convicted of child abuse as a third-degree felony and misdemeanor child abuse, according to a news release from Attorney General Douglas Moylan. We intend to ask Judge Perez at the time of sentencing to imprison Ramangmo to the maximum sentence of 10 years imprisonment for these convictions, Moylan said in the news release. In other news, a new project launched at Andersen Air Force Base Monday aims to replace the roughly 1,800 trees that were destroyed at the base by Typhoon Mawar. Ground broke on the project outside the 36th Wing headquarters, where a single mango tree was planted by base leadership and University of Guam officials. Some 200 saplings of avocado, mango, calamansi, and various other local fruits will be planted around Andersen, with eventual plans to line Arc Light Boulevard and have gardens near base housing areas. That's according to Mark Calvo, Resilience Program Manager for the Air Force's 36th Wing. The saplings are cuttings taken from mature plants and will hopefully start to bear fruit within 3 to 5 years, according to Calvo. And finally, a former Guam resident who pled guilty to defrauding the Army of more than $108 million was sentenced to 15 years in prison and will pay restitution to the U.S. government totaling $140 million. Janet Yamanaka Mello, 457, will also have to forfeit cash, property, and assets equal to $90 million to the federal government. That's according to sentencing documents filed last week in a West Texas federal court. Formerly Janet Taitano Mello pled guilty in March to 5 counts each of mail-in tax fraud. Over the course of 7 years, she used her job managing funds for a grant program at Army Fort Sam Houston in San Antonio, Texas, to funnel $108 million into a shell company she created. The money was supposed to provide opportunities to military-connected children. Janet Mello betrayed the trust of the government agency she served and reportedly lied in an effort to enrich herself, according to U.S. Attorney Jaime Esparzo for the Western District of Texas in a statement. For more of these stories, go to GuamPDN.com and follow us on social media.